Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time seeing my face, I am Jaleesa, the alien in the room. And for all my returning subscribers, welcome back my alien allies. It's nice to have you here. This month of May makes 6 months of running my own online clothing store. I haven't shared any of the new products with my YouTube channel since I announced, hey, I started my own clothing line. So if you're not following me on Instagram or Twitter, you might not know the new things that I've added to the store. It might not be a lot to many people, but 6 months of running this business has taught me a lot. So what I've decided to do for this video is not only share some of the business lessons that I've learned, but to give you a little bit of a show and tell as well, show you some of the new products that I've added to the store and how they actually reflect the business lesson that I will be sharing with you. It's a little bit of like a show and tell situation. You can just stay tuned and see what I mean. In case you're new to my channel and following me in general, I own a clothing store also called Alien in the Room, www.alienindaroom.com. And within that clothing store, I cater to a variety of people, both men and women, but I would say mostly women because I feel like my designs mostly would better suit a woman's aesthetic, a woman's personal style, if you will. But in that store, I have items for the eclectic, strange, weird, alternative Black girl. I have items for Black Greeks. I have items for lawyers, especially Black lawyers, and pro-Black items in general. But for the most part, I try to keep it a little bit eccentric, weird. I try to make sure that the things that I create are actually wearable so that you could possibly find them in like maybe an H&M, a Forever 21, even a Dolls Kill, not something where you just slap on the logo or slap on a phrase like YouTuber merch usually is. I'm really trying to form a clothing line. The first business lesson that I've learned, and probably one of the most important lessons that I'm learning right now, is to frequently identify new market opportunities. And right now with the pandemic, the coronavirus pandemic, this is especially important. I hope you guys are keeping safe, staying home, social distancing. You already know the spiel. Please do all of that. We still have to find a way to adapt and evolve with the current situation as well. So I'm sure you know that a lot of companies like Urban Outfitters, Dolls Kill, Forever 21, all those companies, they've started advertising cozy collection, like anything that's more staying at home fitness, so leggings, joggers, sports bras, sometimes sweatshirts and cozier items, mugs, posters, home decor, anything relating to staying at home and staying safe. A lot of websites have started advertising like that, and I've done the same. Well, also what I've noticed is that people, in an attempt to adapt to the times, have started creating items that are specifically coronavirus related, I would say. Either they're making face masks, as you are aware, everybody's making a face mask right now, or they're even making funny t-shirts that have something kind of to do with staying at home, being socially distanced, stay 6 feet away from me. So here's my funny shirt. It says, I leave my house for brunch, and it features a 1950s, 1960s housewife pointing to 2 glasses of mimosas. And the joke is that she's a housewife who only leaves her house if it's for a good reason, and it's for brunch. Brunch culture is such a big deal in the United States now, not even just in New York, but I guess all over. Brunch is a hobby, it is a sport, it is something you want to do every weekend, especially for a foodie like me, a tourist like me. I like to eat. So brunch is such a culture in New York that I assume that people would love to wear like a cute, funny brunch shirt. And I think it kind of makes sense that we can't leave the house right now because of the pandemic. But when we can leave the house, we're leaving for a good reason. And that reason has to be brunch. And as you already know, of course, with new seasons, new design opportunities come around. So repurpose and adapt those old designs into something that you could wear possibly all year round. Around Christmas and holiday times, Thanksgiving, you're probably thinking of using the colors red and green. You're probably thinking about the food that people are craving during that season, macaroni and cheese, stuff like that. I say macaroni pie, but for American's sake, macaroni and cheese. You're thinking about Santa, turkey, all that good stuff, right? I created this shirt back in December, and I realized that it was such a cute design that I should repurpose it for all year round. Originally, this shirt said Santa's sugar baby, and now I've just transformed it to say your man's sugar baby. And it had like a red and pink peppermint print design on it. I think it's still really cute to wear all year round, and the way that I've styled it on the website is to really play up on the fact that I'm a sugar baby. I'm a rich sugar baby, so I just paired it with a bunch of jewels, as you'll see in this shot here, and it just makes me happy. It makes me smile. It definitely takes a bold and daring girl to wear an item like this. Another business lesson that I've learned is to pay attention to trends. As you are aware, every season there are new colors that are in style, new patterns that are in style, and what I've decided to do is to actually start checking out what Vogue and all the fashion magazines are predicting is in for spring and summer 2020. So it would make sense to design shirts that kind of have those trends within them, because a lot of customers are seeing these items in the popular fast fashion stores as well anyway. So it makes more sense that you should also offer kind of some of the same things, whether the trends are in color and pattern or even in pop culture. So for example, the shirt that I am wearing right now, it says Dormant Savage on it, and it has a Z pattern, like, you know, like when you're snoring or sleeping, Z's. It even has like a hot girl styled font with the flames. And the whole point of this shirt is that, you know, during the beginning of quarantine, everything was I'm a savage, 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 savage. That song went crazy. So I made this shirt along with that song. But the fact is that I'm a dormant savage. Don't wake the beast in me. I can be very nice and sweet, but if you piss me off, I will go apeshit. So I am a dormant savage, and it kind of makes sense with quarantine right now too, because a lot of our hot girl summers are canceled. We're inside the house, we're getting more sleep, or we're relaxing. It makes more sense that my savage is on hibernation right now, but as soon as they open up outside, I will be outside being a savage. Okay. I also have my warning t-shirt here. Warning: melanin entering. Glow may result in blindness or injury. I think this is an example of paying attention to trends, but also paying attention to those sayings or phrases that people love to say, that people gravitate towards. The same way that I'm a savage has become so popular, melanin popping, melanin, anything with melanin in it seems to also sell as well, because you're catering to a market of people who love to exclaim how proud they are to be Black. So it makes complete sense to me. So I wanted to make sure I found a different way to say, hey, I'm melanin and I'm cute, but not something that just screams with a Black power fist or with an afro on it. And I do have a lot of items in my store that are pro-Black, and even for Black History Month, there are a lot of like pro-Black items that anyone can buy. But my whole thing about making pro-Black items is that I don't want it necessarily to be too loud and out there all the time. Sometimes I think it's nice to keep it subtle so that it's a shirt that you can wear all year round and not just a shirt that you wear in February. So this is kind of one of my subtle ways of doing so. And I do have a blackity black sweatshirt that is kind of subtle as well. You can wear that anytime. It doesn't have to be just in the month of February because it has like an afro pick or a Black power fist on it. My I Look Good in Yellow t-shirt, my v-neck t-shirt. This shirt definitely reminds me of something that I would find in Zara. So I'm really proud of this because it's very just random, but I know that around spring and summertime is when people start to look for like brighter colors, and yellow is one of those colors. And Black women in general, we love to say how great that we look in yellow. It's a thing. It's a thing that Black women always look good in yellow. So I wanted to create something that was yellow that makes you feel confident, because you're exclaiming to the world that you look good in this color. So who's going to tell you any different, boo? And I like the fact that it's a little minimalistic and kind of toned down as well, because often not a lot of people are going to reach for something bright yellow to add to their closet. So I wanted to fade down the yellow just a little bit, just slightly, and keep it still cute and stylish. Another example of paying attention to trends is this shirt here. It is my Aliens Come in Peace t-shirt, and right now Vogue has predicted that tie-dye is going to be in this spring and summer. And honestly, tie-dye has probably been in for a couple of years now, because I always see tie-dye pop back around during spring and summer. It gives you like a 90s nostalgia. It makes you feel very hippie and free loving to the world. And this shirt brings me to my next lesson that I want to share, and it's all about being patient. I think I include patience in my first video where I shared 10 lessons that I've learned within 1 month of business. And originally when I shared that, it was talking about waiting for sales or waiting for promotion, waiting for your name to get out there to the public so you can get new customers. But I think it also applies to the design process as well. I know during the beginning of this pandemic, a lot of people were beating themselves up for not feeling creative or not feeling like they want to push themselves to work hard. And I was one of those people. I'm the type of person that if I feel like everybody is awake, then I can't be asleep. I need to go hard all the time, and I kind of beat myself up for not feeling very creative. But I think it's also being patient for when creativity strikes you, and being patient for actually executing on your creativity. This idea to do a tie-dye t-shirt, this took time. I never created tie-dye on Photoshop before, and I knew I couldn't just buy a tie-dye shirt and put whatever I want on top of it. I needed to create from scratch. So I had to learn how to do this on Photoshop, and it took a long time to do so. Probably about like 3 hours. So I mean, that's not too long. It's a lot of effort, but people wouldn't expect it to be that way because they see tie-dye, they just see tie-dye. They don't see the hard work that you put into creating it yourself. Another shirt that took some patience is my sign language shirt. As you can imagine, putting this collage of all these different elements on this shirt takes a while to build, okay? It takes a while to build it in a way that looks aesthetic and looks cool compared to just looking messy and disorganized. So on this shirt, there's a couple of phrases or sayings that mean something to me, at least. You can find my logo on this item all over the place, actually. Love skull, so there's a skull on it. There is a phrase that says hazardous material, and that's actually a tattoo that my mom has on her arm, on her shoulder. So a lot of these elements have reference to my life, have reference to other designs that are already in the store, and it was just a culmination of everything that I've worked hard to create so far is put onto this shirt. And it took some time to do this. I think the more effort you take to create designs, the better obviously that they come out and the more interesting that they look. So patience in there. And this last shirt is like the ultimate test of patience. This last shirt took a year to create. A year. Not like a year consistently, but technically a year. I originally had the idea for this design back in April 2019 because I was having a conversation with a friend. She said something funny and I was like, oh great, I want to put that on a shirt. It is my lists are my coping mechanism shirt, and basically the sentence is divided into 3 bullet points or 3 numbered list. And it took me a while to figure out how I want to create this design. I knew it would always be like a cute thing, but I wanted to make sure that it had some quirkiness to it too, or just something more interesting about it. It took me a while to figure out what was the best way to do this. And now I'm absolutely in love with it. I think it's great for like if you're a type A personality. I have marketed it towards my alien in the courtroom girls, anyone who's in the legal profession, because we're all type A personalities anyway. I think a lot of people out there are the type that create lists of what they have to do, but then they necessarily don't follow it later. My next business lesson is to never stop experimenting and learning. Keep creating, keep learning your craft, especially in fast fashion. If you're trying to start a fast fashion clothing line, you already know that Fashion Nova, Forever 21, all those big companies come out with new items almost every day, almost every week. And obviously I can't keep up with that speed, but I make sure that I'm at least coming out with items consistently faster than if it was a high fashion collection, because you know high fashion kind of works on seasons. They'll have fall, winter, spring, summer collections, and that's it, those 4 seasons. And I'm trying to put out new items possibly every month, every 2 months, so I am working at a faster pace. But the point is that you have to keep learning, you have to keep evolving, you have to find new ways to create and breathe new air into your website or into your clothing line, and that means always learning and updating your craft. My Aliens Come in Peace shirt is an example of that, because I had to look up how to make tie-dye on Photoshop, and it took me about 3 hours to figure it out, where a lot of people sometimes they will get frustrated and just leave it alone. And experimenting doesn't mean that everything you do has to be like this hard labor of work. Experimenting could literally just mean doing something different that you haven't done before. My ways of experimenting would be even changing the color of a collar, changing the color of sleeves. And recently what I've done is experiment with the back of a shirt. So my Normal is Boring t-shirt actually experiments with the sleeves, it experiments with the collar, and then the back of the shirt as well has Normal is Boring and Boring is Normal pattern all along the back. Usually I'm the type of person that I would assume I will want my t-shirt's main attraction to be the front of the shirt, but I decided to see what it would be like to experiment and have the back of the shirt be the main focal point. I know that there are t-shirts out there, like on Dolls Kill especially, like they'll do like this whole dramatic design on the back of a shirt, and usually I'm like, but I want it on the front. I think this one actually works in a sense that it looks great on the back of the shirt. And for this item, I've actually added it to my Cozy collection because I've created a sports bra with this same Normal is Boring pattern on it, and I've created a leggings to go along with it. I don't have them with me, but I think this is gonna be cute to like exercise in or just to stay home and chill in. The shirts, as you can see, they're all very stretchy material. All the shirts that I've showed you are pretty much stretchy material, and I think this shirt at least really embodies the message of my brand. Why be normal? Dare to be different, dare to be weird, dare to be original, dare to be you. So another lesson that I have learned is playing on nostalgia. Nostalgia can be such an underrated business tool or fashion design tool. It builds an instant connection to that item or to your website when they feel like they remember something from their childhood, something that they made them feel good, something that they enjoyed and loved. And you can play on nostalgia in different ways. It can be still pop culture events, it could be movies as well, it could be anything that all of us as humans or as Americans in the United States shared a fondness for. I have my Alien Dare shirt, and it has basically the same composition as the Dare shirts that we were wearing in the 90s and possibly in the 80s. I'm not sure, but definitely in the 90s. And you know, the Dare company that was Dare to Stay Off Drugs, Dare to Keep Off Drugs. I've just done a parody of that with my Alien, and at the bottom it says Dare to be weird. So my Alien Dare shirt is one of those shirts that kind of draws people in because they're remembering something from their childhood. Who doesn't love reminiscing on the good times? So you can always play upon nostalgia like this, or you can use movies as your nostalgic reference. So on my website, actually, I have 3 shirts that kind of reference to popular movies: Legally Blonde, Mean Girls, and The Matrix. Here is my Into the Matrix t-shirt. And instead of having regular binary code 0s and 1s, I have switched it up with an alien language, alien wingdings, if you will. And it's just meant to like look like a computer code. I think it's good for like if you're a geek or if you're a fan of the movie. And the way that I've styled it is very Matrixy on the website. If you're seeing an image right now, it looks very much into the Matrix. So it's one of those cool items that maybe not everyone will go for, but there is a specific niche that might go for it. And these next 2 shirts are actually Legally Blonde inspired, and they're basically my best sellers. It is the Elle Woods but black design, and it is available as long sleeve t-shirts like this, black, gray, and different colors, and also available as regular t-shirts as well. So it's either pink and white on the black version or pink and black on a gray or white sleeve version. So these two items definitely appeal to people who love Legally Blonde movie, and it appeals to anyone who's in the legal profession, because it's a movie that everyone knows is a cult favorite. A lot of girls love to say that they're Elle Woods, the next Elle Woods, and it's definitely a thing, at least in the black legal community, to call yourself like the Black Elle Woods. There's so many different Instagram accounts and hashtags that call themselves the Black Elle Woods, so I just decided to switch it up a little bit and say Elle Woods but black. I've also kept the design pretty minimalist because I think that lawyers are the type that want to look at least a little bit more professional on a day-to-day. They want to brag that they're lawyers, but they don't want it to look childish. They want you to take them seriously as they do so. So I think pink and white is enough. You don't need to put a cartoon or anything else on it. Just keep it minimalist for the black legal professionals, and that's just knowing your audience as well, like keeping it safe. I envisioned this shirt as a graduation photo shoot, a shirt that you would want to wear to take pictures in, and you can prop up some textbooks and stand on top of the textbooks and wear a pink suit or wear a pink skirt, and it's one of those things that you're just gonna look really cute to do like a whole Legally Blonde inspired photo shoot. But these shirts also kind of bring me to my next lesson, which is about building your customer, giving your customer an identity within your brand, within your store. I'm not sure if there's an actual marketing term for this, but let me explain what I mean. Fashion Nova calls all of their customers like Nova Babe, and even Dolls Kill. Dolls Kill has that hashtag be a doll, and they also call their customers Babe too. I started my Galactic Cutie on my website, and the Galactic Cutie is a girl obviously who's wearing my products, but also just someone who I think is a dope individual to follow. Maybe she or he has a platform or a special project or something that I can shout them out that makes them even more different and unique and somebody worth following. And my Galactic Cutie was actually wearing the Alien Dare shirt on my website right now. It is Retro Barbie 92. So I appreciate when customers send me photos, because obviously there's nothing better than having good customer service and having reviews and photos. Getting these photos make me so happy that I will put you on my website either as my Galactic Cutie, or I'll even make you the model of the product on my website. One of my customers actually did a whole photo shoot in the Elle Woods but black, but in a t-shirt, and her name was Legally Brunette 850. She did a whole graduation photo shoot in it, and now she's the model for the short sleeve t-shirt version of it, because it makes sense that you want to show customers that other customers are feeling it too, and you want to show them a different face than just mine all the time. I'm trying to diversify it a little bit better. So there's no substitute for great customer service. There's no substitute for reviews and photos. And I definitely have to do a better job at getting people to send me photos. That brings us to the end of this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this little show and tell of showing my new items and giving you some business lessons that I've learned along the way. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. You can shop my clothing line at www.alienindaroom.com, and especially if you are a Black Greek, go ahead and check out the website, because I've added tons of things for the Black Greeks, but I actually haven't shown it in this video. But it's there. There are things there for you guys to check out, so please go ahead and do so. Leave a comment. Let me know what was your favorite item that I featured. I would love to know what was your favorite, because that helps me know what I need to be creating more of. Definitely let me know in the comment section. Share this video with a friend or an entrepreneur, anyone that you think that would actually benefit from this video or from my channel. Please share it out. Subscribe if you haven't already. What are you doing? Hit the bell for notifications, because I want to see you come back here every week. We are trying to get consistent on this channel, but I need you to consistently show up as well. With that being said, I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.